I needed to talk to people, to women about what this work means to them now. And then, think about what of that can we also, you know, like kind of trace back to different times, that it might not be that we're all that different now than we were a couple hundred years ago, and that women, of course, the context in which they were doing it, the amount of choice they had over whether or not to do this work was very different than for us now, where
Right.
especially, again, women like us who live in the world we live in can choose this. We've gone to graduate school. Like, we don't have to stitch things to make an income, or to clothe our children, or keep
Right.
our families warm at night and everything. But
Hmm.
um, I'm sure there were women who did it that absolutely hated it, whereas now, again, in our world, in other parts of the world, I'm sure there are women who do it, who hate it, who have to do it as a necessity. But
Right.
I think there's a lot more choice in general now. And the women who do it now choose it because they love it. It expresses something about them, their lives. It provides a connection to their ancestors, to a grandma or a mom, or something that feels meaningful and important. And
Yeah.
or maybe it's a way to connect with friends, like in a Stitch and Bitch circle or something now. And
Yeah.
I think that for some women, certainly it was that 200 years ago as well, or
Yeah.
500 years ago as well. And some women probably really hated it and did it because they had to. And I talked to some women, I talked to this Shetland knitter, Hazel Tyndall, who talked about her mom really disliking knitting. She would knit because that was part of the industry there. It was a way that women could earn some extra money to buy things like sugar and tea that they couldn't grow on their farm and
Yeah.
everything. But it was,
Mhm.
she really considered it a dreaded chore, and um, took no enjoyment of it. And when she could stop and find other means of income, she did. Whereas Hazel can freely choose it now, and she does, and
Yeah.
does beautiful work, and it has a lot of depth and meaning to her. So yeah, I'm sure ran the gamut at those
Yeah.
times.